The superintendent needs to know about our asset management systems in the National Park Service because we have one of the broadest based portfolios of assets in the entire U.S. system. In addition to which, we're responsible to preserve and protect these assets and effectively and efficiently utilize them throughout their life cycles in support of our mission. Superintendents have to know what assets are mission critical, what assets are support driven but also critical, and what assets play a secondary or even a tertiary role as you consider how you're going to spend your dollars, how you're going to sustain your programs, and how you're going to focus limited resources in meeting your operational and your long-term requirements.
Well, having come through the ranks, being a first-line supervisor, being middle manager, and now being the chief, my personal opinion is the first-line supervisor has the most difficult job of any position in the management arena. First-line supervisor is the backbone of the park, the backbone of any organization as you go forward. It's, to me, where the rubber meets the road. First-line supervisor is required, not only needs to be, but is required to be a marriage counselor, a child counselor, a mother, a father, a psychologist, a psychiatrist, everything that you could ever run into from raising family, to anything that you do on the exterior of work involves what a first-line supervisor deals with on a day-to-day basis. If it were not for the first-line supervisor, our jobs would be so difficult. And because of them, it makes our job so much easier. When you think about management agenda items, management mandates, and they're filtered down to the first-line supervisor, he or she has to understand, how do I deliver that to my employees? And on the flip side, when employees have issues and concerns, how does a first-line supervisor then have to deliver that message up to management? First-line supervisor makes multiple decisions on any given day that could affect the relationship between the employee to the supervisor or the management to the employee, and that supervisor does it without even thinking on a daily basis. And I just cannot say how important the job of a first-line supervisor is.
They're the tie between asset management and people management. A lot of first-line supervisors that I've met really feel that their role is to be people managers, not asset managers. And what they need to do is to empower their employees through people management to be stewards of the resources in the park.
First-line supervision is kind of our first defense. They're their eyes and ears of the National Park Service. They're touching base with not only the assets daily, but they're also working with the workforce. They are the missing link or the connecting point between the two operations. They're seeing the customers daily, all the personnel that are hitting the park, and they're also doing most of the construction work. That's why I feel that's their basic job and their first line of defense.